Now, let's begin by going back through that email point by point.
Okay, so right at the start, after accusing us of damaging Christianity deeply, he says, you think science is wrong. Okay, so, and here goes the broken record again. We've said this so many times on the show, in Creation Magazine, on creation.com, in books, in videos. It's not about the science.
It's not about the science. We don't think science is wrong, as we're accused of thinking. In the sense of real operational science like chemistry and physics, we think that the materialistic philosophy of history masquerading as science is wrong. Now, wouldn't it be great if everybody commenting on the origins debate anywhere, regardless of their position on the issues, from the biblical creationist to the atheistic evolutionist and everything in between, could get this one simple concept, right? That the debate is not about science. The debate doesn't happen at the level of science, it happens at the level of history.
Right.
That's where it happens.
Yeah. Okay, so just to explain it one more time, the things that relate to origins or where things came from are not just about science. If we were to ask you, what is a scientific method? What does science involve? Most of you could get at least the basics. You might say things like, well, science involves making observations or doing experiments or things that are repeatable. That's the science, and that is what science is.
That is what science is. Now, if we ask, what's history all about? Well, I mean, most people are going to get that too, right? It's about past events. And some of you might feel your blood pressure rising at this point, recalling a past history test where you had to remember all those dates of critical events and so on. That history is about that. The origins debate involves a mixture of science and history. It's not just science.
Right. You know, it's a lot like forensics. Forensics involve a mixture of science and history. So for example, at a crime scene, investigators might dust for fingerprints and collect hair or blood for DNA analysis. That's the science.
That's the science, that's right. But then a story is made up about how all the data from science and all the facts can be explained by a particular history. And some stories or histories will fit the facts better than others. You know, it's like the butler did it, or the maid did it, right? And that's where it goes on in the court. It goes to the courtroom scene near the end of the show. Different histories can be imagined to explain exactly the same data. The debate isn't over the data; it's over the history applied to the data.
Mm-hmm. And that's really similar to the creation, evolution, and age of the earth debate.
Right.
In paleontology, for example, when scientists find fossils, they don't come with tags on them that say things like, "Hi, I'm 75 million years old, and I like to eat hamburgers, and I enjoy taking naps on Sunday afternoon after church."
Yeah.
None of that information comes from the fossil.
No. On the fossil itself and its surroundings there in the rock is where the science is done. It could all be documented very carefully. I suppose it could be tested chemically. And nobody disagrees with that because it's an observation. If you disagree, you go and do the experiment yourself. There it is. That's the science. There's no debate over that. You know, it's like, look, there's a fossil. It's in the ground. Yeah, nobody debates that.
Right, exactly. But what makes the fossil much more interesting is, when did it die? How long was it alive?
Right.
What did it eat?
Yeah.
What was the social interaction with the other animals? How did this animal get encased in the rock? Those are the kinds of things that we really want to know about.
Yeah.
But the problem is, those things are not observations. At this point, it's like moving to the courtroom scene, like you talked about. A story is made up to explain the ideas, and just like in forensics, some stories or histories will fit better than others.
That's right. That's the debate. So right at the beginning of this email, it's clear that this person doesn't understand this basic concept of the origins debate. The debate is about different histories, not the science.